Is America a Christian nation? Yes, it is, but why is the response to that always the same? I can quote 2 centuries of primary source documents. I can quote the founders themselves. I can quote the documents that laid the foundation of the nation, but because there is not a steeple on the Capitol building, it cannot possibly be Christian. Grass is green. It's not green because of a law or enforcement or a declaration, but by its own nature, it's green. Nature and nature's God have made it so without Caesar's permission. Likewise, Providence has granted us a Christian nation, not by enforcement or forced conversion, but by its nature. It's a tired objection that's wielding a legal hammer against a philosophical foundation, and it's arguing with an answer to a question that was never asked. But you didn't make it a law and enforce it, so it doesn't really count. Are modern Americans so clueless to philosophy, to critical reading, or to abstract thought to believe that unless the First Amendment quotes John 3:16, that the character of the nation could not possibly be Christian? That answer is pretty much, but that's another video for another day. It seems in the eyes of the anti-Christian nationalists that philosophy cannot exist outside of legal enforcement. But that's the point. Christian philosophy requires no such enforcement. Rome demanded incense to their god emperor or die. Islamic states demanded shahada or jizya. Japan demanded denial of Christ as a test of national loyalty. England jailed and killed those who opposed the Church of England. And Virginia itself jailed unlicensed preachers of the gospel who would not submit to the state's denomination. But the Christian doctrine of soul liberty, held tightly by Baptists and Presbyterians predominantly, left worship and religion rendered to God, not to Caesar. Is America a Christian nation? Yes, and it is decidedly Christian to separate church and state, leaving religious opinions between man and God and leaving law enforcement to the state. But nowhere does that mean that Christians ought to abandon politics or remain silent when politics needs to address a moral law. As Chief Justice John Jay said, Providence has given to our people the choice of their rulers, and it is their duty, as well as the privilege and interest of our Christian nation, to select and prefer Christians for their rulers. Notice prefer, not creating national tests. With elections and amendment referendums on the ballot, it is your duty as a Christian to rule by ballot as such.